One of the first questions people ask me when they're moving to Calgary is, what is the weather like? If you haven't lived in a Canadian city before, or you're from out east and you're not quite sure what Calgary's about, it can be very daunting trying to move to a city where maybe it's snowing all the time, maybe it's so cold that I'm never going to be able to go outside. So in this video today, I'm going to walk you through the 4 seasons of Calgary, what the weather's like, and what you can expect when you live in Calgary. So one of the things that people don't know is that Calgary is actually the sunniest major city in Canada. That means we have 333 days of sunlight per year. It means there's just 1 month where you have cloudy or no sun cover. In the winter, you can have a -20 day, super cold, and you have so much sun that you don't really get that seasonal affective disorder or those kind of issues that might plague somebody from Eastern Canada. So spring in Calgary is really where things start to come to life. March is the snowiest month of the year, but as the snow in March starts to get a little wetter, a little heavier, we start to bring out the early sunshine and mid-teens temperatures of early April. Stand here right now, early April, you can see that the snow is basically melted. It's sunny, I've got short sleeves, I'm not cold. People are out on the river walks, so like the city starts coming back to life. People start getting out to the mountains again. We're not skiing anymore, we're hiking, we're camping, and we really start to see patio season open up where a little bit of extra sunlight in the days, people are on the patios enjoying a drink, and then people are really enjoying the outdoors in the spring. So summertime in Calgary, realistically mid-June until mid-September, you're gonna start seeing the temperatures get higher. You're gonna get 2 weeks-ish in the low to mid-30s, where you're gonna want air conditioning in your house. If you don't have that, you're really gonna struggle. But outside of that, we're gonna find comfortable temperatures in the really high 20s, mid-20s sometimes, with 20 days of rain over the course of the summer, depending on the year. People are gonna find themselves drawn to the mountains. You're gonna get into hiking, mountain climbing, camping, really good camping around Calgary and the area, Kananaskis, etc. And then outdoor activities, people using the rivers, the lake communities to get out. There are all sorts of ways to beat the heat in Calgary. People from Eastern Canada particularly are going to be struck by just how the dry climate really makes the heat a lot more bearable than the humidity, which a lot of people find has a choking effect on them. So dry climate in the summertime, good thing. Just make sure that you've got your lip balm. So fall in Calgary is my favorite time of the year. Let's call it mid-September to maybe early December. You're gonna get temperatures creeping up into the high 20s sometimes in the month of October, but for the most part, you're gonna get mild temperatures in the mid-teens into low 20s. Really nice, not too invasive temperatures. And the odd snowfall here or there, the snow melts right away, and not a whole lot of rain either. So the mild temperatures are just very nice to be outside. You have the leaves changing color. You're not getting bombarded by the heat, but you're still getting lots of sunlight. It's a really nice transition into the snow of winter. So now for the part of the video that you probably skip towards if you're not from Calgary, is winter. So winter in Calgary, let's say mid-December to about mid-March, we're gonna see temperatures get down into, comfortably in the -5 range, but you are gonna see spells of -15 to -20, probably 7 to 14 days a year in that range. The odd time you might get a little lower than that. So not great, but not as bad as you probably think. We also get a little bit more snowfall than the rest of Canada. So you get 88 days of snowfall in Calgary per year. That compares to 66 days in Toronto. So a little bit more snowfall. Now what really does help out there is, despite the cold temperatures, is the really dry climate makes things a little bit more bearable. Compared to a humid climate where you get that wet cold that chills you to the bone, the dry isn't anywhere near as bad. We also have the Chinook phenomenon that comes in, so warm air over the mountains traps heat into the city, and it's not unusual to see a -5 or a -10 turn into 10 degrees, 12 degrees for the course of a day. Chinooks stick around for a few days, which provide really nice breaks in the middle of winter, melts the snow, make sure you've got extra washer fluid. And if all of that isn't enough to break up the winter for you, you'll take comfort in the fact that we're a WestJet hub city and there's tens of flights to Mexico and the Caribbean every day. So there you have it, that's the 4 seasons in Calgary. It can be a little bit confusing if you're not from here. There is some more information at my website with a link provided below. If you found this information helpful, I'd appreciate a like on the video and subscribe for further Calgary content. And if you have more questions about how Calgary weather might impact you or how homes in Calgary are affected by the weather, my contact information is below. Feel free to reach out anytime. Until the next video, take care.